toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome everyone to Annapolis, Maryland, home of the Navy Midshipmen. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Oklahoma Sooners taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Navy Midshipmen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Sooners will put total leather to crank us up. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Navy's offense will have the football first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. He'll do it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. Navy now in trouble here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The kick is on its way. Looks it in at the 40. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So Oklahoma's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, they're not going to do what happened last week. You can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Throws to the tight end. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Power football with the run. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Navy quick to the line. Guys, let's chat a bit about Navy. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star offensive lineman gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a 3-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere, to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home. Now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Tempo and overdrive. Guys, we have a second here to talk about Navy. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week, and you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough at this level. That's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools, and this is a guy that you can build around on that defensive line. You need all the big bodies you can get.
Blasted as he lets it go. It's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick release by the QB. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Now the play fake. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, midshipman.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. The Sooners with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, though.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looking downfield on first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Toss to the outside. There he goes. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Gossett. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. And the Sooners want to crank the tempo. Wants to go up top. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. A lot of urgency for this offense.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Firing to the right, complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Past the sticks, and he may get more. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Looking to throw on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You could tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They go 83 yards on the drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's York. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Leaves it with the back. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Navy quick to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Trying play action. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be 3rd down. Finds his big tight end. Breaks into the open. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. They kick it away on 4th down. He'll try to feel the butt and see if he can give his offense better field position. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Finds his tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on 1st down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Bunch formation for these receivers. The pull and throw off the RPO. There he got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown Sooners! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Wyoming needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Laramie behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Texas. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. Right back to the well. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. He'll keep it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And now on second down for this offense. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's complete on the right side. Oh, got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Navy will go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Navy will have to punt it away. Now on the return. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Sooners moving quickly to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense
picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The Brigade's celebrating another 1st down, and that's really the way Navy's always done it. You can even think back to the great Napoleon McCallum, who ran through defenses at will.
simple but so disciplined, right? Like running the option year after year, you got to have discipline. Not surprising, Navy is always good at it because so many young men with such discipline, they can run a system and really just continue to methodically move the ball down the field.
The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
It's a really nice job making the play, and you think about all the success they've had with Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray in recent years, but a big reason why those guys had success was they had big-time players on the perimeter getting open and making plays, too. It wasn't just all the quarterback position. They brought in some big-time recruits from high school at the receiver spot. This guy is no different. He has a chance to be the next great Sooner receiver.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Sooners want to move quickly. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Sooners are marching down the field.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Soft spot in the middle. Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distance.
Turning it on. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So it's an 80-yard drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The give on the option. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Navy will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The give to the tailback. Can't get him to the ground.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Running to Green. He has the first and still on his feet.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The give on the inside. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. They'll run play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Albright. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Gives it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The give to the back. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that's a very productive 1st down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Off the play fake. Makes the catch. They make the stop, but not before he picks up a 1st down for Navy. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got his man across the middle. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Annapolis. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the hallowed grounds of the U.S. Naval Academy.
Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Unloads quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. 2nd down coming up. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Wide open downfield. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on 1st down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Lost to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Working the middle. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29. Wants to throw on 1st down. They're setting up the screen. There he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps this up, and he might wind up in that 100 touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have had good days, but how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats, and you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Oh, and they blocked it. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass on second down. It's complete to the left. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Rides to back and leaves it. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's Moncrief. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the open. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The midshipmen moved the sticks with that powerful running game. Here's the handoff. He breaks a tackle. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Off play action. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
They're going to ride this running back. Slip continues to fight for yards. He now has 85 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his target down the middle. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. He'll ride his man on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Pulls and fires complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. To the ground with the back. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Sooners! precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Mountain West. Kansas State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there and the Little Apple behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Sam Houston. The moment something changes in this Mountain West fight, you will hear about it here. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
And here comes the offense on second down. Now the play fake. Using the quick game. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. Navy now facing third and short. Hauls it in. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
So now it's second and long. Gives it on the option. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Navy needs to come up with a big play on third and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. And here comes the punt team. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Quarterback on the keeper. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Might be looking to run. Quarterback gets the first down. He got past the sticks and slides to a stop, but there is a flag on the play. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Running back searching for a hole. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The midshipman trying to sail way forward on third and half a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. And wings it incomplete. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Hand off from the shotgun. Past the first down marker and still running. He now has 110 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. He'll pull it on the read. And some room to work. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And after the really good gain on 1st down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Navy offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for a 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Punt is in the air on 4th down. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Leaves it with the running back. Fights off a defender. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Can't make the catch on 3rd down, and the rarest of drops for this guy. The Sooners send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. And Navy will go back on the attack. Last drive was a quick 3 and out, and now time is even more of a factor to get something going. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's see who it's on. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Navy will have to punt it away. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Rides the back on the option. The give. Makes one man miss. At the 20, he's got space. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
A 1st down run in the red zone. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fires to the wide out. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Sooner offense returns to the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got the first down, looking for more. Turning it on! And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.